dialogue and friendship between Muslims and Christians is possible. I think one of the great lessons that Lebanon can teach to the world is precisely showing a land where
Lebanon today,
Christianity are both present and are respected, and that there is a possibility to live together, to be friends.
Yeah, this Pope, I guess, has no understanding of history and current world Lebanon. Like, it was such a mind screw to me. He's not referring to Lebanon now. Oh, he doesn't understand the world at all. All right, Pope. I've said it too many times. The Pope.
His Holy Eminence.
Yes.
He might show up.
The red shoes. All right.
Give me one of these.
So this weekend, Pope Leo, Jerry, hello. He blamed the anti-Islamic. You would look. Here's the thing. You would think that the Pope would sort of understand the historical context of the Islamic Empire,
right?
It's sort of like the Turks, the Ottomans, and sort of get it.
This is the guy in charge of the Christians?
In charge of, the Catholic Church, yes, yeah.
Okay.
He was saying that this whole this Islamophobic rhetoric in Europe, it's really, it's the problem. It's not the problem of Islam, who the church had been at war with for centuries. It's the problem of racist whites in Europe. And you guys got to fix your immigration problem. According to the Pope, that means open it up.
I know that in Europe there are many times fears that are present, but oftentimes generated by people who are against immigration and trying to keep out people who may be from another country, another religion, another race.
Pause.
And
so I get it. The Pope is only infallible on issues of spirituality when speaking ex cathedra. And okay, whatever. He's an idiot on this.
Yes.
And here's what we need to do. Because think about this: the left, and he's buying the language of the left, which, of course, you need to know was designed to systemically destroy Christianity and make the government the state. So I don't know if he knows that he's doing this, but the left uses language like homophobia, right? Transphobia, xenophobia. They just put it on there so that they can stigmatize it. But let's look at phobias. I don't like this idea that all phobias are irrational, that all fears are irrational. I've even heard some pastors say, what's the opposite of fear? Or what's the opposite of love? Sorry. It's not hate, it's fear. That's not true at all. Do you fear your small child who can't swim falling into a pool? Is that a bad fear? Do you fear a black mamba snake if you're living, for example, on the plains of Africa, wherever they live, Indonesia, and they could get into your hut? That's not an irrational fear. You go hire some cats. I went down the rabbit hole watching like 25 hours of cats fighting snakes. They never lose. Fear in and of itself is not a bad thing. It's not an evil thing. It's a preservation mechanism. And so he just goes, fear, therefore, well, hold on a second. Is the fear warranted? Is it a valid fear? Are people afraid of these migrants because of what they bring with them? Is it correct to fear or logical? Or let's ask this, is it anti-biblical to fear huge swaths of immigrants who all follow the same ideology and prescription that tells them they have to force us to convert and subvert our government and way of life? And then you would look at that fear and say, okay, so we know that's the prescription from the Quran, and it's blasphemous against Christianity. What are we seeing, though, in practice? Oh, is the fear based on results of a dramatic increase in rape, in crime, in a systematic erosion of culture? Oh, okay. So don't just speak in those platitudes, Pope. Why the fear? He doesn't want, this is a bumper sticker, Pope. Let's continue.
In that sense, I would say that we all need to work together. One of the values of this trip is precisely to raise the...
How do you all work together, Pope? Josh, obviously you were, people know, a ranger and you had to go to war. Would you go to war with someone right next to you who told you, by the way, as soon as we get there, I'm going to go on the other side and start shooting at you?
No.
No. So how do you...
Well, I had to think about that. Like, wait.
How do you join arms where you go, we need to join together? But hold on a second. Christians, you should know this, Pope. Christians believe that Jesus Christ is God in the flesh, right? We believe in the Holy Trinity. Muslims say, no, that was lied about. He was never crucified, and the apostles hid his body or something. They sell a conspiracy. how do you work together? How do you work together where you say, hey, hold on a second. Hey, we believe in the Constitution. We believe in unalienable rights here in this country, freedom to worship. And go, yeah, let's join together with people who say, absolutely not. The minute we attain power, we are going to forcibly subjugate you and ensure that you are not free to practice religion. By the way, you worship a false god because you believe that Jesus Christ is divine. Maybe the Pope will have an answer for that, or he'll continue with bumper stickers. Let's continue, Pope.
World's attention to the possibility that dialogue and friendship between Muslims and Christians is possible. I think one of the great lessons that Lebanon can teach to the world is precisely showing a land where
Lebanon today?
Christianity are both present and are respected, and that there is a possibility to live together, to be friends.
Yeah, this Pope, I guess, has no understanding of history and current world Lebanon. Like, it was such a mind screw to me. Wait, he's not referring to Lebanon now. Oh, he doesn't understand the world at all. How can anyone listen to anything this man has to say on issues of geopolitics? And after, by the way, telling that there's absolutely nothing to fear as it relates to Islam, he went on to announce the Catholic Church's updated nun's wardrobe. Yeah. Oh. Yes.
Yeah, I don't need those anymore.
Yeah. But I should say the citizens of Italy let them know exactly how they feel about him.
Watch this. Retard! Pardon? Hey, you're gonna get us banned from the whole country. Worth it. Did you see their faces? I saw. Keep your head in the car, clown.
Okay. Right. And by the way, I'm sorry, I guess we're going late. We're going to cover some things live. Let me just give you this really quickly. If you are not a Rumble Premium member, click that button right there to join up. OG, Mug Club members, if you join for an annual fee, it's $99 a year. You get this wonderful hand-etched mug, or you can try for $9 a month. This all goes away. We have been entirely viewer-funded for a very long time, plus one sponsor a day. Everyone's pointing out, hey, a Fed, and you're paid by AIPAC, and you're paid by Qatar. It's the only place where we're sort of immune because people know we're funded by mugs. So please do consider continuing. I do want to let you know about Lebanon, though, because he referenced Lebanon. In 1960, the Christian population was 52%. Now it's down to 30%. And that's because of decades of Muslim-led violence, war, persecution against Christians, specifically in Lebanon. I know a little bit about it. We have the highest concentration, or one of the highest concentration of Lebanese people outside of Lebanon in Montreal, where I was raised. And a lot of them were Christians who had to flee persecution. The fact that this Pope references current Lebanon tells you either that he doesn't know or he doesn't care. But this is a person whose advice on any geopolitical issues not only can't be followed, not only can't be trusted, it must be rejected. If they can reject something as anathema, as a heresy to the church, then you have to reject the Pope as anathema, as a heresy, as traitorous to your nation if you believe that you want to preserve it. I know he's talking about Europe, but they've also waded into American politics as well. We shouldn't care. This man knows not of what he speaks. In Europe, the Muslim population is up 16%. Christians are down 9%. That's why you're seeing the fundamental change. And let's look at those results. Is that better for Christians in Europe, Pope? You know, those outside of the walls of the Vatican that you demand no other nations have. Is it better for them or is it worse? Keep in mind, Pope Francis made very similar comments, 2016, I believe, when he then decided to toss his pointy hat in the political ring and call President Trump unchristian over the border wall.
A person who thinks only about building walls, whether they may be, and not building bridges, is not Christian. This is not in the gospel.
Jeez. Building walls is not in the gospel. Come on. Catholics, there's a lot of stuff that's not in there that's dogmatic.
That you guys do.
I know.
You have walls there in the Vatican. You have like a whole golden streets. And I know that's tired and cliche, but still, it's like, come on, at a certain point, you can't only apply rules to the rest of the huddled masses of the proletariats, but it doesn't apply to you because you're busy doing holy things. All right. Keep in mind, Pope Leo visited two countries, Turkey, which, considering what he was saying, you'd think that they expelled pretty much almost all their Christian populations after World War I, turned churches into mosques. Lebanon, as I discussed, they've seen a decrease from 52% to 30% because of all kinds of war and violations of basic Christian rights and persecution. And there's a really stark contrast, speaking of that, to Pope Urban II, who discussed the dangers of Islam, right, that launched the First Crusade in the year 1045. He said, "A horrible tale has gone forth and very frequently has been brought to our ears, namely that a race from the kingdom of the Persians, an accursed race, a race utterly alienated from God, a generation forsooth, which has not directed its heart and has not entrusted its spirit to God, has invaded the lands of those Christians and has depopulated them by the sword, pillage, and fire. When they wish to torture people by a base death, they perforate their navels and, dragging forth the extremity of the intestines, bind it to a stake. Then with flogging, they lead the victim around until the viscera, having gushed forth, the victim falls prostrate upon the ground."
Wow.
That's pretty strong language. You'd think this, but considering they value tradition so much, you'd think he'd know about that. You know, that's the kind of history that leaves a mark. And by the way, Pope Urban II was also pretty cool, this guy. Yeah, he was, that was Pope.
Oh, geez.
Not to be confused with Pope Urban the Keith. He was kind of a fake, a dude.
Yeah.
Where the gold streets end.
That's a different,
Australian Pope. Very cool.
Pope Urban II also said this about he said, "Holy men do not possess those cities. Nay, base and bastard Turks hold sway over our brothers." Bastards.
Bastards, all of them.
Yeah. The only person who I can think of more offended by Christendom than the Catholic Church was Sadiq Khan, London mayor, singing "Joy to the World." See if you can spot it.
He can't read. This is me at the school play.
His little coat and leggings, he looks like Eloise.
I didn't see any joy.
Yeah. I think that this Pope has forgotten. You need to protect Christendom. You need to protect the Christian faith and the Christian people. That is if you are going to be leader of the church, and I'm not a Catholic, but I know a lot of great Catholics who, by the way, are not thrilled with this Pope or the previous Pope. I don't know at what point you say, hey, maybe we shouldn't have a Pope. But if you're going to be the leader of the church, as you put it, then you need to protect it. And you're not doing a good job.
Yeah.
The church is the only place where you're seeing Christianity grow at all, if at all, is stateside. It's dead in Europe. It's been dying for a while. It's dead. So what you're doing isn't working, and it has shrunken the faith. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to change that? More open borders? More suicidal empathy? Ask me again where I disagree with the Pope and the direction of the Catholic Church these days. I hope you guys understand. Hey, do you like what you saw? I don't know how because it's on YouTube and we have to cut all the good parts out. So you should tune in live weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern on Rumble, where we can still speak freely and even use words like sex and get and
So.
Whoa. You've been here this whole time?
Yeah. Snuck in.